UFC 303 press conference just went down, and I'm going to go through sort of the highlights of the card. So let's talk about it straight away. So I was going to do a breakdown of the whole voodoo situation. I was going to do like a voodoo knockout breakdown, but I had to cancel that because I completely forgot that there was a press conference today. But yeah, there's a few things we have to go over in this press conference, some real serious things, yeah, because we won't have the friggin' UFC if this shit continues the way it is. First of all, we had SJW Dana going rampant. He was out there with face-offs and all that. All right, good luck, you 9-inch beauties. All right, you can go ahead now. Good luck on your fight Saturday night. Like, shut up, mate. Why are these people on the card? Why are they at the press conference? They shouldn't be here. Whatever happened to being based, bro? I think we've just lost the UFC. Guys, I think it's done. We've lost the UFC. It's over. Disney has it. It's going to slowly decay into nothingness. We're going to go back to watching WWE. I never watched WWE, but I know that a lot of you did. So go back to that shit. And yeah, I'll just kill myself. I don't know if YouTube will get me cancelled for that. But yeah, let's start off with Bueno Silva, man. It's like she came on stage looking like she was shitting her pants. Like she legit looked like she had some really bad diarrhea going on. She had some issues. She shouldn't have been there. She should have been in a hospital somewhere. But yeah, she looked like she was on a date with like a serial rapist or something. She looked extremely awkward. It was weird to see. But I guess that's just what she is. I've seen her in previous interviews as well. I ain't judging, you know. Initially I was thinking, you know what, I'll just take the word of the great guru and, you know, his fail-proof way of betting, which is you just go with the more lesbian-looking chick. Then the other one came on stage and I was like, alright, we're screwed. We basically have two guys over here on stage. I was mistaken. I thought there's a female fight on the main card, but I was completely wrong about that. And then there was some interesting stuff with the MVP and Ian Garry situation. Apparently Ian Garry is calling out MVP for paying one of his coaches to sort of expose some of the stuff of Ian Garry, but then he didn't end up getting any information. Then he was saying, you know what, you'll get a suspension out of this or whatever. Where have you ever seen a suspension out of something like that? You get a suspension out of this? Well, I'm clueless about it. Damn, just making shit up now, are we, Ian Garry? And then he starts going off for whoever's hating on me, they haven't done their research. And then we have this fan in the front row just screaming out, yeah, whatever, you're done speaking yet, shut up, sit down, shut your mouth. He's a based fan in the front. It was just an interesting situation there with that fan in front. Then I'm guessing they removed him from the arena because he shut up real soon after that. Then we had that similar situation like we do in almost every Ian Garry press conference where the fans are just booing his ass off, and then he just sort of goes on this slow, sad, depressed speed, like this depressed talk. Yeah, so that happened like it does usually. It's a very awkward situation. I hate it. Another awkward situation in all of these press conferences. I just have to sit there and just hope that everyone gets a question, because they dress up, they came for this shit, and like they're just gonna leave without a question. And what ends up happening in this one, Roman Dolidze gets asked a friggin' question about some Georgian football. No one gives a fuck about that. I hate to say it, no one gives a shit. Ask him about MMA, ask him about the fight, ask him about the short notice fight with Anthony Smith, man. There's a lot of shit to ask here. Instead they ask about some bullshit. Who watches football? Who watches what you guys will call soccer, you American people, but who watches that shit? Damn. We're living in the 90s out here? Holy shit. And then one of the reporters asked, oh, can we have like 2 bonuses, because Dana was talking about how good the 2 fights or whatever, and then then Ortega sort of said, you know what, make it a 303k bonus like you did on 300. Then Dana goes like, yeah, sure, done. Not the 303 thing. You know, so basically there's 2 bonuses in this card, so that's pretty cool by Dana. You know, makes up 10% for all of the other bullshit that he's been doing ever since UFC 300. He's running the UFC into the dirt. We thought Dana was the GOAT. I don't know what to say anymore, man. He's getting old, and I don't think we'll feel that bad about it anymore. Then Yuri starts talking about the Evil Spirits video talk coming out about that tomorrow. And yeah, Yuri sort of gets booed, but then the crowd sort of remember that he's autistic, and then they tone it down and go back to liking Yuri. And then Anthony Smith goes on about how he's on paper the best factory worker. If he wasn't doing this, he would have been the best factory worker on paper. Stuff like that, his generic stuff. And yeah, backstage, Macy, what was she wearing, bro? Like, damn. I know I called you a guy earlier, but holy shit, she literally came out there with just a wife beater. And a little too much was visible, let's just say that, but is what it is. And then at the end, Mayra and Yuri out there, they shook hands, you know, got the deal done. Yuri tried to absorb some of that voodoo energy. yeah, but subscribe, man. Stay tuned. I'm putting out that video tomorrow. Let's just do a detailed breakdown, shall we, of all of the spells and shit that are gonna be cast in that octagon Saturday night. Ugh, had to burp there, my bad. But yeah, one of the worst press conferences in UFC history. And just as it was starting to heat up, Dana needs to friggin' cut his dick off for whatever reason and, you know, get an early stoppage in here. We thought Goddard was bad. Wait till you see Dana White refereeing this shit. And yeah, it was bad. It was an extremely early stoppage. It could have gone on, man. It was starting to heat up there with Ian Garry and MVP. Now, it's built up a little bit of hype, but it could have been much more exciting if we had someone other than Dana White. Get John Anik in here. Screw it, man. Yeah, but I'm done. These press conferences really need to upgrade, or else this company is going to run into the dirt, and we're going to have to go back to... Not go back, sorry. I'm not going back to shit. It is what it is, man. See you guys. I don't know. I was going to make the voodoo video right now, but screw it.